Hey, brothers and sisters, I just want to give you all encouragement today about being still and knowing that He is God. I'm talking the Most High, that be still and know I am God verse is a verse that sometimes we need to ponder in the midst of the trials that are before us and or the hardships and suffering and this or that. Whenever those waves are before you, you have to ponder, are those waves bigger than the one that created the waves? And that's what sometimes we just need to slow down and reanalyze and assess. Is whatever that's before you bigger than the Most High? Is that bigger than God? And so therefore, all you have to do is adjust your eyes. It's kind of like when Peter... See, Peter's balling. People don't realize, we talk about Peter when he was getting out of the boat. And, he fell. Well, he walked on water and then fell, right? Or, sunk, and he called out to the Lord to save him. But people don't realize that same Peter that did that was the one that had such faith and zeal and to ask and say, God, if that be you, Christ, command that I come. Even how he formulated it is beautiful. That he didn't ask, if that be you, Christ, can I come out? He said, command that I come. Therefore, it sounds like you could interpret it as Peter already knew if Christ said it, it will be done. So if Christ says come, it's automatic. And so it's just cool to see that faith and heart posture, but now walking in that, as he starts to walk on the water and actually do that, that's when the waves come, the storms and the hardships and persecution, suffering and XYZ that's constantly trying to get you to what? Take your eyes off him, therefore sink and fall. And obviously throughout life that's happened. Sometimes you sink or fall, you take your eyes off Christ, but he's so gracious to pick you up and reach his hand down and grab you, right? Sometimes even in falling, let's switch it to the sheep. He'll leave the 99, the shepherd will leave the 99 for the one sheep that goes astray and has gotten lost, is maybe in a valley or a ditch or in darkness. He'll leave that 99 to come get you when you were the one that left or went astray. Once more emphasizing his faithfulness. Which is why I just want to remind you of the comforts of whatever it is that's before you. You can trust him when he's telling you to do it. It's definitely scary at times, but if you're willing to lay it down and let it go out of obedience and faith, he will not let you down. Because as he says in Jeremiah 29:11, he says, I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to bring you to an expected end. He wants to bring you into goodness. I mean, it's not that he's double-minded. And it's definitely not that he's double-minded in the aspect of sending his one beloved son to come die for you, to then therefore set you up to pretty much void out that sacrifice or null that sacrifice because he brought you into something where damnation was imminent anyway. No, that's not where he's at. He's doing everything and all that he can because he's already done everything and all that he can in sending his son, who's conquered sin, death, and the grave, which is pivotal. We really got to slowly process that the most we can. It's such a massive thing and action and deed and sacrifice that it will take our whole life to fully process, and then forevermore to get sanctified and go through this understanding of what he did for us. But with all that being said, nonetheless, while you're going on this journey, understand that he knows when you're freaking out. And as a shepherd would do, when sheep would start to freak out and get anxious, because sheep can tend to get extremely anxious and nervous, especially when you combine these two kind of stories of Peter walking on the water, getting nervous and anxious when the waves and storms come in, and then you combine the sheep. You combine it, imagine the sheep lost and then seeing wolves and seeing all this craziness. Yeah, they're going to freak out. But in freaking out, God is faithful to still bring you back down to peace, to calm you down. He says, well, first, shepherds would take the sheep's ear when they start to freak out and pull their ear down to the ground to make them lay down instead of like spazzing in anxiety. And he says this in his word. He says, he will make thy lay down in green pastures and lead thee to still waters. He will make you lay down. That's beautiful. That's comforting. That not only will he find you when you've gone astray or abandoned or lost or in this path or darkness or whatever, not only will he find you, but he's going to find you and make you calm down in the most beautiful way, in a way that gives you that peace that surpasses all understanding. Because you got to think, why did the sheep probably go astray in the first place? Because there was some sort of storm or tribulation or trial that was before him that seemed overwhelming and difficult, and then therefore freaked out and ran off, right? In that running off, he's telling you, not only am I going to find you and bring you back, but I'm going to find you and make you have peace, make you be peaceful and have this peace that surpasses all understanding, while the trial is still probably in your face, or the hardship or whatever. So he's like, I'm not going to change the circumstances. I'm going to bring you right back to the same place, but this time I'm going to give you peace about it. He's holy. There's just nothing else really to say. I mean, there's infinite more really to say, but holy is the closest thing we kind of have right now. I feel like he's worthy as the lamb that was slain, right? So I just want to encourage you that I don't want you to frantically be running and around and doing out of your own strength, out of your own logic and rationale about a certain situation or life matter, because you don't know how else it'll get done. So you're plowing through with your strength. I don't want you to do that. Not in this certain context or situation. I want you to give it up to God. Be willing to give it up to him. And be still and know he's God. Be still. Like he's like, set it down. Lay it down. Just calm down. Relax. Breathe. I will do it. And to give some more verses to comfort with this, he says, what is impossible with man is possible with God. So let's just restart at the beginning of that verse. What is impossible with man? He's saying just straight up it's impossible. It doesn't matter if you strive or work. If you double down, if you get 3 jobs, if you do this or that. It doesn't matter. It matters not. You are not able to do it. But sometimes we get baited in that, right? And only if I do this more. Only if I do this more. Only if I make this connection. Only if I do that. Which at certain times it may be true to work diligently and focused. But at other times it's kind of more so a lack of faith, because you'll want to like double down and work and performance and this and that, because you want to get hey y'all, you'll want to get things done in your own strength, because you don't want to give it up to him. And since you don't want to give it up to him, you snatch it and do it in your power, your capability. But you can't forget, you can't do anything. And then on top of that, you're now walking outside of faith. Faith is give it to him and trust him. But because you don't want to walk in that, you snatch it in your own strength, which is sin. How can I say that? He says anything done apart from faith is sin. So when you chose to reject the faith of when he told you lay it down or give it up or trust me, and you chose to reject it, that's sin. Furthermore, here's another verse. So whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. So if you know you're supposed to lay it down, but you can't see any other way of how it's going to get done, so you take your logic, your rationale, your understanding, and say, I'm just going to triple my hours or this or that, because you don't see a way, and you don't want to go down the path of belief. You don't want to go by the path of faith. And you triple down. I'm telling you, you're going against him. Did he say the righteous will walk by sight? No. He said the righteous will walk by faith. That's the way to walk this thing. So I just want to encourage y'all, for whatever you got going on, remember, be still and know I'm God. He will make thy lay down on green pastures and lead thee to still waters. The righteous will live by faith. Will live by faith. You got to trust him. Remember, you can do nothing. For what is impossible with man is possible with God. So, and furthermore, man can do nothing apart from God. So I'm really just trying to encourage you, like, give it all up. It's gonna hurt and burn, of course. You might have to fast, pray, this and that, but really just try to bring yourself to that low and humble spot of like, God, I can't do it. And submit and surrender. And let him show you who he is and what he does. Take care. God bless.